All right, guys. Like we discussed the other time on the training, online training, we have covered some basic part of QuickBooks. I have taught you how to set up QuickBooks already. I have also taught you how to navigate through or the general overview of QuickBooks. Because of brevity of time and me not always having the chance, sometimes I come back from work late. I decided to take this moment so that I can do the videos, post them on my YouTube channel, then you can watch from there. If you have any question or something you need me to clear, you can easily post the question on WhatsApp in our group chat. Then I'll respond to you as soon as I get the message. Even though not immediately, but I always try to respond to your message. So that is why I'm doing this video today. So on that note, we have covered how to set up QuickBooks Online, and I told you, I say we have two versions of QuickBooks. We have QuickBooks Desktop, which is the types of QuickBooks. QuickBook Desktop is just it's basically the same thing. The only difference is that the other one you use it online, the other one you use it offline because you already have it installed in your QuickBooks. Okay, as time goes on, I will also walk you through the QuickBooks Desktop. But for the purpose of this training, I'll strictly uh, stick with the QuickBooks Online. So let's go back. So what we are going to be doing, we are going to go back to our settings and do some changes to our company profile. So when you come to QuickBooks, come to your browser. Once you come to your browser, you log in, you type in QuickBooks. Once you type in QuickBooks, it bring you up to a login page, or you just type in the address you're seeing on top. It will give you a login page. Then from that login page, you will now put your email address just the same way we set up the last one. Put your email address and the password. So once you're able to put your email and the password, it will bring you to this dashboard. Let me quickly close this. It will bring you to this environment you're seeing like this. The whole of this environment is what we call the dashboard or the home page. It's still the same thing. So we are going to come here. This is what we call the gear button. The gear button is basically used for setups. Anywhere you see it, even in your phone, is used for setups. So you click on it. Once you click on it, it reloads. Then you bring out all these menus. So what do we want to do? You can see now there are sections here. We have your company section, we have your list section. This list section basically means your product, that's your inventory sections. Then we have the tools where you can import data from different databases, where you can reconcile documents, where you can start set up your budgets. We have the profile, that your QuickBook profile. We have the feedback, and we have the privacy. So we're going to come to account settings. Okay, click on account settings. That's what we want to do now. We want to go over to the settings. Let's review the settings and see what we can do in the settings. So once you click on account setting, it will open up this page. Still loading. Now, the first thing you see in account page is here. By the left is what we call the company, and under the company we have another one, billing and subscription. We have the sales, we have the expenses, we have the time, and we have the advanced settings. So now this is the company. Under the company you can see the name of your company. So let's say you want to add your logo. What you're going to do is click on this button, the pen button you're seeing. If you click on it, and now click the plus button under the place you're seeing a small box. Okay, patience. Click the plus button. Once you click the plus button, open up your pictures. Let me say I want to use my company logo. So come to my what? Yes, flyers. Come to my flyers. That's where I have my logo. Locate where you have your logo. Once you locate where you have your logo, yes, this is my logo. You click on it, it will upload. Once that is done, you click save. Once that is done, you click save. Taking more time than expected. Okay, processing 100% complete. So once this comes up live, you can see this is the logo. Now click save. Once you click save, you can see the logo has appeared here. Now let's say you want to change the company name. I can see here, same as company name. What is that saying? The legal name that's used on tax form. That's the name you're going to be using on tax form is same as your legal name. So the company name is what? The company name is Omi Networks. Omi Networks Limited. Let me just put there. Limited. Now, if you have your business number, that's RN number. That's RN number for Nigerians is companies incorporated. Incorporated companies they have RN number, but for businesses like sole proprietorships and partnerships, what you have is BN number, business registration number. So for put your RN number or BN number here, then you put your TIN number here as well if you want to. If you have TIN number, that's tax identification number, you put it here. After you are done with that, you can say save. Save that part. Patience. Then once that is saved, the next thing is to go over to your tax company type. So that is saved now. You can see that that information is already saved, though we have not completed the information like the business ID number and the VAT number. That's your tax identification number. We have not completed that, but you can still do it anytime you have those information available. So the next thing is company type. Do we have any changes we want to make in the company types? Okay, we don't have any information we want to make, changes we want to make in a company type. Let's say you have changes you want to make in a company type, you can simply come to the button here. You change the tax form, business, small business corporation, or two small business corporation, 2 or more owners. Then we also have industry where the business fall into. In our own case, what we selected that is education and training. So I'm just going to leave this one like that because there's no point. So you can change that from here. Then have contact information. This contact information is the one that will appear whenever you mail your customers and whenever you mail your customers, or what your customer will see on their invoice. So we have this. We have the company email is info.uminetworks@gmail.com. Customer facing email, same as the company email. Then we have company phone number, that's it. We have company website. If you have, you can put all this information together. Then we have the address. Let's fix this address quickly. Let's fix this address quickly, very quickly. It's necessary to pull it up because I've been using this address so many times in my system. State, we have Enugu. Then we have zip code. I use 234 as my zip code always. There's zip code. Then once you fill out this information, you can just click save. You can see the information is now updated here. So that is it. That is how we can set up our company, update our company informations. Now let's go over to another section of the settings. We have the settings under the accounts and settings. We have the billing and subscription. Now what is this billing and subscription? This billing and subscription is basically for QuickBooks. You're trying to take QuickBooks. This is a subscription plan I have chosen, and you can see that QuickBooks Essential. We selected QuickBooks Essential when we're registering on QuickBooks website to start making use of this platform. So we have we selected that trial, and we are using the trial version, which will end in 26 days. Okay, so you can look at this place now. You can still upgrade the plans later if you want. You can downgrade your plans later if you want. What that really means that you have to you want to come back to the lowest subscription plan. Upgrading means you want to upgrade, and of course nobody will want to revert back to what he or she has previously left. So what it means is that your prayer should be that your business should be growing. So also you can see that this is what you're going to be paying every month for using QuickBooks. Okay, we have $26 per month for using QuickBooks. So if you want to subscribe it now, you can just click subscribe. It will now take you to where you can make payments on QuickBooks. So that is what the subscription, the billing and subscription is. This is basically for your subscription plans with QuickBooks, and this is your business company ID number. This is what QuickBooks know you with, not even the UMI networks. QuickBooks know you with this number. Anytime this number make any payment, it's just like account number. That whenever you make any deposit through your account, the first thing that QuickBooks does is to enter this number. Once this number is entered, they do not pull out your information. The same way when you go to the bank, your name is not what you are used to track. Bank used to track you. Bank use your account numbers to track you. The account number they assign to you to track you. Once that account number is imputed into the system, it will call up your information completely. So that is it. Then we have the sales. Now this sales is where we are going to do a lot of settings, and in this sales you can see that the first thing we saw here, or we are seeing here, is your preferred invoice terms. What it means is that terms is when it comes to sales you made to customers on an invoice basis, that's on credit, and you want to give them the time it will take them to pay back. That's their payback period. The payback period here is net 30 days. You are trying to say that, hey, this customer, you have 30 days to pay your bills. That is just a simple way I can explain this. Then we have your preferred delivery method. If you have delivery method, you can just click this pen here and make these corrections. Then we have your customer transaction number, which is on. Then we have service dates. Okay, I think some things here we need to set them up the same way we did. You can go to the pen button and click on it. Go to the pen button here, click on it, it will open up. Then preferred delivery, if you have any delivery method, which we don't. Okay, then we have go to the we have customer field. You want to set your customer field. Then you have to set your date. What is this date? Now you can see add a service date field if you need to track the date a service was performed separately from the invoice date. So you can also turn this one on if you want to. So anytime you want to know what a particular tab does, and you're confused about that, you can just click on the question mark. It will explain to you. Now we have add a discount field to invoice and other sales forms, related settings, advanced charge, and other ones. So we don't need this, but sometimes I like to include this because some customers you may give some customers transaction discount, and you want to track how much discount you have given to a particular customer, maybe because of the patronage or because of a long-term relationship you and the customer have shared. So that is it. Now we have the deposit. You can also come to this place, click on it to show you the deposit. Add a deposit field to invoice, so you can subtract a customer's deposit from the total to calculate it. So this may be a good thing to turn on. So we turn it on and you click save. Anything you do, make sure you save it, otherwise it will not save. Now we also have product and services. You want to set up show products plus services column on sales form is on. Now show SKU column, or now have track quality and quantity, which is on. Quality, track quantity and price. I mean quantity and price, that is the quantity available and the price of each quantity, the price of the product. Now we also have what we call the progressive invoice. If you want to turn off the progressive invoice, this will show you invoices that are in a process of what will I say, invoice that you created and you want to track single-handedly, especially for estimates. Now this one we don't have any business with it for now. Then we also have message default messages. You can choose your default message what will appear in your emails, or you can customize it and you say, we appreciate your business, please find your invoice details here, feel free to contact us if you have any question. Have a great day, Umi Networks Limited. So you can customize this message as well. So you can choose to copy you can choose to make a copy of your mails or invoice you send out to a customer. If you want, you can just click here. Once whenever you make a sales or create an invoice you send to a customer via an email, you have a copy of that email to send to your own email. It's a good practice to do that. It's a good practice to do that, and other informations you can also include. So once you have finished your settings, you click save. Now the next part is very very important, and it turns out to be one of the main parts, one of the reasons why we are using these applications like QuickBooks. So the next part, which is going to be our reminder, this is very very important. Even though some people ignore it, but please don't ignore this part, because this is what is going to help you. This section is going to help you keep track of so many things. Keep track of your sales, keep track of your invoices, keep track of your bills, keep track of almost keep in fact it can help you book appointment, know when to meet, and set up meetings. That reminder, so the reminder section here is what is going to help you do that. So it's always a good practice to leave it on. I love leaving it on, so you turn it off automatically. So reminder, how many when do you want to get reminder? 3 days before due date, of course. 3 days before due date, at least 3 days is enough. 3 days before due date. Now this one says 2 days before due date, so I prefer to see the reminder 3 days before due date, not after. Before due date, we are sending a reminder to let you know that invoice has not been paid. If you already paid this invoice or have any question, let us know. This one will now send a message to the customer. So it's very good, because you may not be available to be doing, or you may not remember all this, but QuickBook is going to be helping you to do that. Once it is the QuickBook, bam, send the message. So we have reminder 2. Let's say, what do we want to set up here? It's still the same thing. So it's still the same thing. So we have the we are going to do the 3 days. You're sending a customer that invoice 3 days before his due date. You can set it up, you can reset it, maybe 15 days, 10 days, 7 days, anyhow you want it to be, you can do that. So that is it about that, and it's very very important you do that. So we have online delivering options, which is not necessary. We have account statement, show aging table, or button of statements is on. That one is okay. So we have already set up our tax, our sales information. The next one is our expense. So you click on the expense. You can click on the expense. Here you can see your current version of QuickBooks does not include purchase orders. Upgrade to plus if you also need a purchase orders. So this particular section, I'm going to treat it in QuickBooks desktop, because I have that there. So please remind me so that I can teach you how to set up your expense in QuickBooks using QuickBooks desktop. Okay, so we have time. So our time tracker is on. We have advanced settings. This is where you do almost most of the things we have done already here. So in this advanced setting, this is where you set your accounting period. You can see accounting period, first month of financial year is January, then first month of tax year, same as financial year. Then what it means is January. Then accounting method is accrual basis. Of course, you know what accrual is. If you don't know, let me throw more light. Accrual means you record transaction not only when you receive the cash, but also when those transactions happen. You start tracking those transactions. Now I say closing the books, this one should be off, because I like to do mine manually. So most of these settings are the things we have already done. That is, it's just little changes we have to do when it comes to advanced settings and other kind of settings. So you can choose to turn on the chart of account numbers. Yeah, I will show you that quickly. You can choose to turn on the chart of account numbers. What it means that account numbers will show at the left hand side of every account name. before the account name. So we have chart of account, and it's a kind of secret code in an organization where they say bring account 202 or account have enable the account numbers. So you have enabled the chart of account numbers. That is that. So you can save it. Always save, always save, always save. So now the language, okay, the language. If you're not in Nigeria, if you're not an English speaking country, you can change this as well. You can change this language. You can change this basically to any language, but I'm a Nigerian and I speak English, so I'm leaving it with English. Okay, that is it. Now you come to currency. I'm a Nigerian. Our currency is naira. But what happens if you are using different currencies in your operations? Like in Nigeria now, yeah, we have our normal country currency, which is naira, but also transact in other currencies. But our primary currency is naira. So if you are using multi-currency, you can also do that. You can also set it up. You can also turn on the multi-currency section here. Turn it on. Automatically, it will start tracking that that currency as well. But since Nigeria is the only currency I have to track, so I'm going to stick with Nigeria. But if you're using 2 or 3 different currencies, you can turn that on so that you can track the currencies individually. So save. Then other preferences, these ones are not that important, so you can just skip. So once you're done with your settings, you can come to your done. Click on done here. Click on done here. It will close up everything, update every information in your QuickBooks. So once you click done, this is what you have. Click done, then you close it from here. Close it from here. Okay, you have to exercise patience because we are dealing with network, like I said earlier. So once you click there, it will bring you back to your dashboard. So it's bringing you back to your dashboard. Now these are some information it's asking you to set shortcuts and other stuffs. We'll come to that later.